Hi and welcome back to War Thunder tutorials and our regular vehicle reviews. Today I want to cover a Soviet machine, Polikarpov's famous creation, the I-185 with an M82 piston engine, or as the Russians call it, Chaika, or the Seagull. Tier 3 modest battle rating, outstanding technical stats, and 3 cannons sporting sizable ammo supply. All these things speak for themselves. I mean, hey, just take this thing and go wreck around in battles, right? But alas, an inexperienced player that knows little of this machine will most certainly encounter a bunch of nasty surprises. If you want to avoid that and get the most out of this aircraft, just keep watching this episode. Okay, first things first, the I-185 is a high-altitude aircraft. In order to achieve its maximum speed of 600 km an hour, it has to climb to 6.5 km up, which is not the altitude where most combat is at, to be honest. But the I-185's climb rate of 18.5 meters per second allows it to climb to a decent altitude in about 5.5 minutes. But what about maneuverability? Turn time of 22 seconds? Looks like the Seagull falls behind Spitfire and King Cobra in that regard. Although these are just dry numbers, actual combat experience says otherwise. Yes, in a flat turn, the I-185 loses to a lot of aircraft. This is certainly not a Zero or a Ki-43. At high speed, however, you can outmaneuver your enemies easy, without fear of a flutter. Now, a good pilot only needs one pass, then it's turn of the 3.5 kilos of high-explosive payload coming out from the Seagull's weaponry every second. By the way, the Seagull is good in head-on attacks, but we don't suggest you should rely on that too much. In our experience, the I-185 loses much of its control after suffering even minor damage and can no longer fight effectively. So you better try to be deadly and hard to hit. Leave the head-ons to some tougher aircraft. The most dangerous enemies of the Seagull are the US and Japanese aircraft. The US planes are dangerous because of their ubiquitous 50 cal machine guns, while the Japanese got A7M1. But both of these threats can be countered with some patience. Stay away and climb to 4 to 5 kilometers, wait for your enemies to drop down into the action, and that is your chance. By retaining your energy, you will be able to harass the enemies until they're destroyed for good. Finally, we'll have a few words of advice for you. When you climb, set your pitch up at 18 degrees. Then go get yourself some coffee or tea, since you won't be required for the next 3 to 4 minutes. After that, it would be a good time to look around. If you're being tailed, you should try and speed up as fast as you can. You can outrun most Japanese planes easily, but if you're up against Germans or Americans, you should be able to outmaneuver them as well. But if you should encounter the British, you'll have to work for your win. Outrunning them is also a viable tactic, by the way. But if that does not work, try and make them overshoot you by doing a barrel roll. Overall, this is a solid aircraft. Even though this machine was never mass-produced in real life, it is loved and enjoyed by the players of War Thunder in both arcade and realistic battles. War Thunder Tutorials, signing out.